Hey guys, what is up? It is SSD Middleman here with GuidesForUsAll, and we are back with our Warframe free-to-play only series. Now, last episode I told you guys that I needed a name for this series, and I was looking for the comment with the most upvotes, or what people said the most, and it seems that Warframe from Scratch is the #1 voted name for the series. If you guys have a problem with that, if there's an overwhelming majority of you that think this is an absolutely horrible name, let me know in a comment, but I think it's a pretty great name. Thanks to Rocktov Gat for suggesting this name. Now, I do have some honorable mentions. I had to scroll through and find some of these. One was great from Morgan Schultz. It said, "Poor frame." I thought that was pretty good. Some people liked Welfare Warframe that I had suggested previously. There was one more that was just really good. Some people said Free Frame, Free to Frame. Gosh, I just can't remember the one. There was another one. There was another one, Penny Pinching Warframe, and then Sasuke5088 said to name the series, "This is definitely not Zero to Hero," because a while ago on another channel I did actually start a series similar to this, but it never really took off and I didn't really feel like continuing it. But we are going to be continuing this. Yes, it was Ram Natram that suggested a Penny Pincher's Guide for Warframe. But yeah, so we are going to be deciding on calling this Warframe from Scratch. If there are any objections, let me know in the comments, but I don't think there will be an overwhelming majority of objections for Warframe from Scratch. Anyways, we should get right into this. Starting off, we started up with a Mastery Rank test to get to Mastery Rank Level 2. Just great, and we finished crafting our Grikata and our Cronus. Now, I went back to Lua. Actually, I did one more mission on Apollodorus, and then I went to Lua to level up my Bratton to 30. And I also must note that I got some rare mods. I got Streamline and 2 Heavy Trauma mods from that Apollodorus run. Very great. Very lucky to get both of those, because usually you don't get those kind of drops that often, but it was a very lucky run. And then I went back to Lua to start leveling my Grikata. Now, I played Lua, I probably played 4 or 5 missions, maybe 6 on Lua, and I got 9 Neurodes. I'd just like to point out, in case anybody's curious where I'm getting all these materials from, I did get 9 Neurodes from Lua. Now, I would also like to point out that this episode will also be all completely post-commentary. In the next one, I will have some live commentary mixed into it, as an overwhelming majority of you guys said you'd like to see at least some live commentary in the videos. Because I had already recorded most of this before I even put the first episode up, it will be all post-commentary for this one. The next one will have some live commentary mixed in. Now, I'd next like to talk about one of our main platinum making sources for this series, and that will be via Warframe Market, which is a website. You literally type in warframe.market and then just hit enter and you will get to this website. This website, you can use the search bars you can see on screen to type in any item name in Warframe and find people that are selling these and buying them. You will need to sign up with an account and then go to your Warframe forum, or go to the Warframe forums with your account and paste a certain code into your About Me section so that they can confirm that it is your account, so that people will know who they're trading with. You can search for specific items on here. You can list items that you would like to sell or buy on here, and the prices you're looking for. And if you scroll down a little bit past the search bar, you will actually be able to see new listings created by people who would like to buy and sell. Now, you also are notified, or not notified, but you can see when sellers or buyers are online or offline. It'll show up next to their name, and the online purchasers will be up at the top of the list, which is very nice. I think that this site is absolutely fantastic for anybody that's looking to sell stuff on Warframe that hates using the trading tab, like me. I hate using the trading tab. It's absolutely abysmal. So go to warframe.market. This isn't a paid advertisement, obviously. I'm just trying to help you guys, telling you the best way to sell stuff. Now, to the point of this, from some of the keys we collected from Lua, I had accumulated 4 tier 3 or tower 3 mobile defense keys, which I did find a buyer very quickly who was buying them for 4 platinum each on Warframe Market. So I made that trade, and that's the first 16 platinum we've made. Woohoo! We finally made platinum, boys, but we still haven't had to use any of it. So we're kind of just getting ready for the Warframe slots and the weapon slots we're going to be buying a lot of in the future. Then I noticed that there was an alert going on for the Aura Mod Energy Siphon, which, in case you didn't know, that is one of the best Aura mods in the game, if not the best. You could argue some other ones are good, like Corrosive Projection, but personally, I think Energy Siphon is one of the most important mods to have in your arsenal. So I got somebody to taxi me there, and of course, like last time, I'd like to shout him out. Thank you to Atorstol, who gave me the taxi there. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for helping new players out. And also, this is just pure luck. On that mission, I did get 1 Orokin Cell drop while we were playing through. Now, the next thing I did was just while playing through some missions, I maxed out my Lado and my Skana. So now I decided to equip the Cronus that I had previously crafted. I got that blueprint from Captain Vor. And I went to the Warframe Market and bought the Lado. You do not need to buy the blueprint for this. You buy these straight for credits, and those are the weapons we're going to be maxing out first, besides the Grikata, which I got purely because it is a good weapon. Now, continuing on, I also managed to max out Mag while playing through some random missions. Very good, very good. A maxed out Warframe is always a good Warframe. And now at this point, I'd recommend that maybe you upgrade your redirection and vitality mods a little bit to get yourself a few more shields, and not a few more shields, a higher number for your shield count and your health, because you're going to be getting into some later missions where you'll be taking a lot more damage from enemies. Now, the next thing I did was go back to Jackal, now that I have a halfway decent weapon with the Grikata, and I farmed the Jackal until I got all of Rhino's parts. Now, I don't have all the things that I need to craft all the Rhino parts quite yet, so what I did was I then unlocked Saturn, which I believe you get from the Jackal. Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. You get Saturn from killing Sergeant Neff Onyo, and I forget which planet he's on, excuse me, but you kill Sergeant Neff Onyo, and you will unlock Saturn. Alright, so what I did from there is I went to some Saturn missions. I think I did the first defense mission until wave 15, although there were some other players. You're probably not going to be able to solo that at this point. But I did that until I got 600 plastids, which you will need to craft Rhino. And then I went and did one of the tier 1 exterminate void keys that I'd gotten from playing, I believe, Apollodorus Mercury, and got the control modules, because you play through any void mission and you'll get tons of control modules. It is easily the most common rare resource in the game. Just go to the recruiting tab, find a team that's doing one of the quick missions like capture or exterminate, and you'll be able to pick up a control module on the way. Then, of course, once I gathered all the resources, I started building Rhino, and that's going to take a while. I started building the Rhino parts, actually, which takes 12 hours. And then once those are done, we're going to have to start crafting actual Rhino, which will take 3 days. Now, I'd like to talk about modding the Grikata. A lot of you guys were commenting, asking if I would talk about how I'm modding my weapons. And yes, I will definitely talk about that. At this point in time, we do not have the regular Hornet Strike mod. We just have the damaged version. So, my mod build on the Grikata at the moment is the damaged Hornet Strike mod, a maxed out Point Strike mod, which will increase the critical chance. I always get Point Strike and Vital Sense mixed up, but a maxed out Point Strike and a maxed out Vital Sense to increase the critical chance and the critical damage, since the Grikata is very critical damage heavy. It'll have a very high critical chance, and the critical damage will be very high, allowing you to put out nice damage even without a very good Hornet Strike mod. And since I had some mod points left over, I decided to throw on the Rifle Ammo Mutation mod, because the Grikata does eat through ammo. I didn't level up this mod at all because I want to save my fusion cores for when I actually unlock. You know, I've been saying Hornet Strike, I'm terribly sorry. I mean Serration. I want to save these fusion cores for when I actually unlock Serration, so that I can throw that on the Grikata at a higher rank. Now, jeez. Now that we're through that, I had a lot of leftover credits. So what I decided to do was go to the market again and buy the blueprint for the Sentinel carrier. And then I decided to start building the carrier. Now you might be wondering, why are you blowing so many credits on something this early? Well, first off, it is very beneficial to us at the moment to get to a higher mastery rank as quick as possible to unlock some of the better weapons that you can use, like I said, such as the Soma and the Tonkor, etc. And one great way to get mastery experience is by having a Sentinel. The Sentinel itself will rank up to 30, netting you 6,000 mastery experience, and the weapon that accompanies the Sentinel will level up to 30, getting you 3,000 more, for a total of 9,000 mastery experience that you don't even have to think about leveling. You just equip your Sentinel on the weapon, and it'll level up very quickly alongside you while you're playing through the missions. Also, the carrier is great because it will pick up loot for you with its vacuum mod, which is just amazing, making it one of my favorite Sentinels that I use on my main account. I always have Carrier Prime on, like, all the time. Is Carrier Prime the thing? I'm pretty sure Carrier Prime's a thing. Sorry, I actually haven't played on my main account in a while. I've been playing on this one. Alright, moving on with all my flubs and stuff. Since I did use a lot of my credits on the carrier, I'd like to note that at this point you could probably sell a lot of your extra mods and parts that you've acquired by playing through your foundry and your little modding station. Gosh, I'm just screwing up a lot in this commentary, aren't I? Through your modding station and then through your normal inventory, you probably have a lot of parts for the sear that are extra that you didn't need. I doubt you farmed all 3 parts properly in a row. You definitely have a bunch of extra mods. I had like 68 vitality mods, and you can sell, 67 of those and keep the one that you need, and etc. with all the mods that you really don't need. I don't recommend selling rare mods, as later on we're probably going to be doing transmutations to acquire a lot of the rare mods that we need, and I know some people wouldn't recommend that, but it is something that I like to do, especially when you have a bunch of credits to blow. But yeah, make sure to sell your extra parts so that you don't end up short on credits like I did. And also, we finished the Rhino parts, and then I went to the market, bought the Rhino blueprint, and started actually building Rhino. Now, obviously, that's going to take 3 days, so in the next part, I'm not sure if we will have Rhino ready, but we probably will, because the time it's going to take me to make these episodes is going to be increasingly longer, as I'd like to have a certain amount of progress in each part. I don't just want to be throwing out parts of this series every 2 or 3 days, just for the sake of having it out every 2 or 3 days. I'd like the videos to actually have some substance. Now, once we started crafting our Rhino parts, we actually made it to Mastery Rank 3, which was very quick, especially thanks to the carrier, and we took the test for Mastery Rank 3. At some point in between here, I probably did some more runs on Lua, and I cleared some random planet nodes, just for a little bit of mastery experience, and also just have them cleared. No big deal there, but we finished our Mastery Rank 3 test, and with that, we actually unlocked the ability to join a syndicate. Now, the syndicate I chose was New Loka, and I know that no matter what syndicate I choose, I'm going to get criticized, but I did this purely for our financial gain in the future, and that is because when you join New Loka, I believe their ally is the Perrin sequence. Don't quote me on that. Do not quote me on that, because that's probably their enemy. But the whole point of New Loka is that they do have the Mag Augment mods and the Hydroid Augment mods. The Mag's Greedy Pull and Hydroid's Pilfering Storm, they both sell like hotcakes. They're probably the easiest to sell augment mods that you can get. Again, don't quote me on that. This is just from what I've seen in the trading tab and what I've heard from fellow players. So those are what we're going to be getting once we max out our syndicates. Obviously, that's going to take a while, especially since we're at a low rank. Our daily rep is not very high. Now, after that, actually Carrier finished crafting. I forgot to mention that we didn't actually have Carrier yet. I'm a little boggled in my mind right now. So we got Carrier, and then we played through Saturn until we got to Sargus Ruck. Now, do not fight Sargus Ruck solo like I did, especially at these low levels. You're going to get destroyed a few times, and I had to use like 3 revives to beat him. But I killed Ruck and unlocked Phobos, and that's really all we accomplished here. I think it's a good amount of progress for this second part. We've reached Mastery Rank 3. We've got another Warframe crafting. We got ourselves a Sentinel, and we are now in a Syndicate, which is just fantastic. We're making a lot of progress towards actually, earning some platinum and making some money. I also managed to sell some Tier 3 Exterminate keys for, I think it was 3 platinum each, and I sold 5 of them. So that's another 15 platinum added to our fat stack of cash. And yeah, it's going along pretty well. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed, please leave a like rating down below and subscribe to see some more videos in the future. And I will see you in the next part. Goodbye.